Good afternoon, viewers of YouTube. My name is Tyler of ChicoCrypto.com and welcome to another episode of Crypto and a Cold One. A little bit different today. I got myself some hard liquor. I was getting a little sick of doing only beer, and I'm sure I have some hard liquor fans out there. Today's featured liquor is Hooker Oak Distillery's Apple Pie Moonshine. Ooh, baby. I actually did a episode at their distillery probably like 3 months back. It's pretty cool. All right. Put a dab more. Make it taste good. Add in the cap too. Booyah. Delicious. So let's get right into it. Some NEO news. So NEO has been having a rough time through the month of March, trading nearly at 150 USD at the beginning of March, to where we sit now, just above $57 USD. I think there are some really good things ahead for NEO. Just sit back and let me explain why. Well, in 2 days, on March 31st, the winners of NEO's Microsoft competition will be announced. 467 projects entered, and they will be competing for a share of $500,000. This is pretty amazing and shows the strength of the NEO ecosystem. We can expect to see what dApps were developed with the announcement, and it will easily be a catalyst for the NEO ecosystem. So since this is a competition, I expect a variety of unique use cases using the NEO blockchain. The judge panel includes NEO co-founders Dehongfei and Eric Zhang, Fabio of the City of Zion, Lastos founder Rong Chen, Ontology founder Jun Li, and experts from Microsoft China. There will be 16 winners, 1 first prize winner, 2 second prize winners, and 3 third prize winners. And there will also be 10 merit winners. I am seriously dying to know these top projects because 467 people entered. And that is a ton of people, and I can't wait to do a video breaking down those top projects. It's going to be really cool, guys. Now, I want to highlight the NEO and the Microsoft connection a bit more. Have you guys ever heard of Microsoft Coco's Framework? It's an open source system that enables high-scale, confidential blockchain networks that meet all enterprise requirements. Coco, though, is not a standalone blockchain protocol. It actually provides a foundation with which existing blockchain protocols such as Ethereum, Corda, Hyperledger, and NEO can be integrated with and deliver complete enterprise-ready ledger solutions. So the funny thing is, the consensus mechanism used by Coco is specifically for confidential consortiums, where nodes and actors are explicitly declared and controlled. Basically, this is a variation of NEO's delegated byzantine fault tolerance. Here is a video of when I interviewed Dehongfei at NEO DevCon, where he explains the consensus.
It's a delegated byzantine fault tolerant consensus. That means you have to vote for someone, then you have to know them. So the consensus nodes, they are identifiable, so it is more compliant ready. And it's more usable, suitable for financial and mission-critical transactions.
Like enterprise solutions.
Yes.
Businesses can't have
right.
something that's going to take 6 confirmations, take hours.
Yes.
They need a confirmation then and there.
His explanation sounds exactly like Coco, where nodes and actors are explicitly declared and controlled. So Microsoft is using some of the tech created by Da and Eric. So it would just make sense that NEO would most likely be the blockchain that plugs into Coco with ease. Plugging into Coco leads me into my next NEO topic, NEOX. NEOX is the cross-chain interoperability agreement that is divided into 2 parts, Cross-Chain Assets Exchange Protocol and Cross-Chain Distributed Transaction Protocol. So with NEOX, not only will you be able to exchange assets across chains, but smart contracts will be able to be executed across chains. So this means smart contracts could be easily issued by a central bank, up through ontology for trust, and finally connecting to a real person through NEOID. while different pieces of that smart contract would be executing on different portions of each blockchain. Everyone, I have a feeling some news regarding NEOX is going to drop soon, and it won't do any bad things to the price. Let me assure you of that. So, looking at this slide from NeoDevCon, the most important parts of the Neo platform, besides its high TPS, single finality, and NEOX, are NEOID and Alchemint. Let's first talk about NEOID, as there seems to be some confusion regarding it. I actually was even a little confused about NEOID, and had to get some clarification from Da Hongfei in that interview I showed you earlier. Here is my question and Da's answer.
Now let's talk about NEOID. So I've heard that NEOID, you're able to prioritize smart contracts.
Yeah.
Will NEOID be its own project, or will you be working with similar ID projects such as the key?
It will be a feature or a module with Neo. It won't be an independent project. Currently, we don't. There is zero transaction fee in Neo. So if in the future we have to prioritize things, if some transactions is from a address that are linked to a Neo ID, a real person or real organization, they will be processed in the at first.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing because, I mean, that's going to help enterprise solutions such as businesses come to the Neo blockchain.
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, I believe so too.
Yeah.
As you can see, NEOID will be a standalone module that will make it easier for large businesses and enterprises to interact with assets on Neo, as they will be tied to a real person or entity. My feeling is that since NEOX and NEOID were highlighted at the beginning of this year, we should see some news dropping regarding their development. Well, guess what is right around the corner, boys and girls? Europe's biggest Neo event, and it's going to happen in Amsterdam. And I hope and pray some news regarding both of these is dropped, because I'm very eager to find out. So, moving on to the other component talked about at NeoDevCon, Alchemint, the stablecoin of the Neo ecosystem. So what is Alchemint? It is a decentralized price-stable cryptocurrency management system that is run on top of the Neo blockchain. Stablecoins are very, very, very highly needed, especially if people want to digitize assets on top of Neo, like Neo's ultimate vision. Neo, Ethereum, EOS, and even Nano don't make for a good currency because of their extreme volatility. So, how does Alchemint work? Well, it actually works much like the US Federal Reserve System, just decentralized and transparent via smart contracts. So, similar to the Fed, Alchemint can reduce money supply by issuing a series of IOUs with digital assets such as Neo as collateral. This is very much the same way the Federal Reserve can issue bonds in exchange for people's USD. The difference between the US Federal Reserve and Alchemint is, well, the public will be able to view the size of the collateral in the Alchemint system at all times. Also, the smart contracts it deploys run as intended and are verifiable. This leaves out any intervention of centralized parties and malicious intent from outsiders. So, anyone can issue stablecoins such as SDUSD by mortgaging Neo assets. SDUSD has an exchange rate of 1 USD, which is supported and stabilized by Smart Asset Reserves, or SARs. SARs are the most important part of the Alchemint system. An SAR is a smart contract to generate mortgage digital assets. The whole process works like this. So say I need some stable coins. I would first send Neo to the SAR to generate a certain amount of SDUSD based on the mortgage rate. To close the contract and get my original amount of Neo back, I would need to pay back the generated SDUSD plus interest, which needs to be paid in SDT tokens. Those are the utility tokens of Alchemint. SDUSD and its variants, SDRMB, SDEuro, are the stable coins. So if the price of Neo drops below a liquidation level, the mortgager must post additional collateral above the liquidation level. If the lender fails to meet this level, the network has the authority to liquidate the SAR and request additional bonuses. SDT tokens are used to pay commission and interest when borrowers redeem their principal of the SAR. One thing I really like about SDT tokens is once SDT tokens are paid back to redeem the principal, those SDT tokens are burned, baby, burned. So this means that SDT is a deflationary token. The tokens are also the governance token of the protocol, which will give holders the chance to decide risk management characteristics of the Alchemint system. So I'm extremely excited for a stablecoin within the NEO ecosystem, and it should start solving the problems of stability of currency, payment and settlement, and become the bridge between the real economy and the digital economy. NEO, NEOX, NEOID, Alchemint are all major components of the NEO ecosystem, which will give rise to the ultimate digital and smart economy. Well, thank you guys, and as always, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. I'm going to take another drink of this, and peace out. Cheers.